Well, hello and welcome back to our Meet the Team series. Today I'm sitting down with Eugenia, our children's director.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah. I just want to get to know you a little bit and what you do here as a children's director. I think what most people think is like, oh, you're taking care of the kids while church is happening.
Right.
And it's more or less kind of like babysitting, right?
Sure. In a way, we do babysit, but we do take care of the kids up to like 5th grade. And that elementary group age is where we actually very focus on how they learn Jesus without being bored and without being Jesus, without understanding Jesus as just a figure that they heard so many times throughout their life, because a lot of them have Christian family background, so they've heard about Jesus lifelong. But as a team, what we focus on is Jesus is not just a figure. These Bible stories is not just a fairy tales. A lot of it actually happened, and it's still very applicable to their lives, because it's just like some superhero stories that they never get to feel like that it's their story, but we're trying our best to kind of implement that into their lives. This scenario actually can happen in these ways, and you might see that happen in your life or in someone else's life. What would you do if you can't think of any? This is how Jesus did, and you can do in this way in your life. So we're trying our best to make Bible more familiar to them, using a lot of resources so that they can actually think once more. Oh, that's actually, I had that, in my school at my school, and I kind of like ignore that, but I guess I could have done that. Just make them think one more time.
Yeah.
That's our goal. Just like if we can make them think once more.
Yeah. Well, it sounds a lot more like grown-up church than most people might think.
Yeah.
And so it kind of sounds like there's a proportional, like the younger kids, maybe more like babysitting.
Right.
But as they get older, you're talking about like real life stuff.
Yes, because they do go through lives.
Yeah.
And they actually have a lot of questions. So we do host a lot of discussion sessions and have them kind of like think about it and answer and lead the discussion, because sometimes we can only throw some ideas, but we've been out of school so many years. Sometimes scenes has been changed, things has been changed. Sometimes they give us new perspective, so it's actually very fun to be in there.
That's really cool. I know you also are working on a program called Elevate, and that kind of has a ton of stuff going on. You have different courses going on throughout the week that happen different times in the year, and there's a band and summer camps. Can you tell me a little bit about like what all goes into that?
So like I said, we do focus on Bible and Christianity teaching on Sundays. It's really like, we break it down to kids level, and then we wish some lessons actually goes into their mind and brain. And the rest of the week, we as a team also wanted to host something that kids just can have fun at church. Like it doesn't have to be another Bible session. Not that another Bible session is not good, but we can also have some fun without a purpose. And I think that's what it really kind of like make us going. How can we have fun with kids and just build some relationship without a lesson going on.
Yeah.
Because that adds stress to the volunteers, and it kind of ruins the fun sometimes. Like when somebody has agenda.
Yeah.
Like when they're talking to you, like I don't open myself 100%. Have you been to like those sales?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pitch? Like I don't open 100% because I know anytime they can attack me with their agenda, and like I know what I'm gonna say. So this conversation cannot go
right.
Like 100% authentic. So during the week, we just wanted to have interest-based program that if it's cooking class, you just come cook and eat, and we just have fun.
Yeah.
There's no fruits of spirits, there's no hidden agenda.
Yeah.
So then anybody can come, whether they know Bible, whether they know church, whether they know Jesus or not. They can just come to church. Church is not, only for the people who goes to church on Sunday.
That's really cool. I mean, fellowship and worship are two different things that the early church did.
Right.
And so it's like, yeah, you can have your Bible study, but also let's get together and have some fun.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be serious all the time.
Right.
That's really cool. What kind of is your philosophy with like working with kids?
So I started kind of like a volunteering kids ministry as a parent. I do have a experience with children's ministry or youth teacher back in Korea when I grew up. Like, so I started kind of helping out as a youth. Like I helped out youth as a college student. So I did have the background, but like that was just me just doing stuff at church because it feels natural. Like I grew up at church, so it was more those like what you do. It's what's expected, right? After I became a parent, I started volunteered because I was wondering what's happening in children's ministry and how can I help for them to not just being a Christian because they grew up in church. I really wish they actually think about themselves as a Christian because they choose to. So that's my philosophy. Like we can offer whatever we have, and we can only hope and wish, but they have to take it. And my philosophy and my job is how can I do my best for them to think this is interesting, actually think this is worth going, so then they can ask their parents to like take me to church. That kind of like chemistry between the volunteers and the kids. So that's my philosophy as a children's director. How can I do my best make them think about being a Christian and being a follower of Jesus, whatever age they're at.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's kind of like planting a seed and then waiting for it to grow.
Yes.
Man, I wish I had the statistic off the top of my head, but I know that that a really positive marker of someone coming to Jesus as an adult is if they had a really positive children's ministry experience as a kid. And so even though they tend to wander, then people often come back because they remember those things fondly. And they remember as something that was stable. And so I think it's really important to provide that stability and also that openness to say, like, we're just going to present that to you.
Yes, I believe so.
And hope that at some point it comes back around and you do something with it. And so even if they're not getting baptized here, right,
no,
they can be baptized at another church. And we're trying to impact the kingdom of God and not our kingdom.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping, like, because I don't want them to, just think that they have to go through some procedure to be a Christian. It's just life happens. You can get carried away, but this happened in their childhood, and that was you. So even though they got carried away, you still have that memory that was you, and you can always come back to that point of your life and restart. And that'll be like really, that'll be what Jesus wants to, right?
Yeah. That's really great. I know that you mentioned growing up in Korea, and then at some point you made your way to the States.
Yeah.
And I know you've traveled a lot of places in between. Yeah. Can you just give us just like a quick overview of like all the traveling that you've done?
So I grew up in Korea up to college. I did go to China to study Chinese, the language. And then I actually came back to Korea and got a job in China again. So I went back to China. So I lived there for like 3+ years.
Wow.
And then that's where I met my husband, Alan. And that got me here after marriage. So in between, during the college years or when I was in China, I did travel a lot. Some were mission trips. Some were just personal trips. But I do recall one mission trip to the Philippines. And that's where I just like, I still vividly remember. I was like, it was like kind of like an evening worship. And we were just like praying, and I don't know why. Sometimes you just pray, don't know why.
Yeah.
I was praying in Korean. That like, God, I want to like serve kids, because the kids in the Philippines are so cute. They're so beautiful. So I just fell in love with them, and I'm like, God, I want to serve kids because they're just too beautiful. I can't forget their eyes and like the faces that I saw, and I want to do something for them if I can't. But I want to do it in English. Like, I don't know why. I didn't have planned to come to US at all. I think that's even before I go to China. So I just have that prayer. And I just felt like that's kind of random, but kids were cute, so that's probably why. And then like I was in the Philippines, so that's probably why. And I forgot about that prayer for a long time. After I came here and have kids, and then I volunteered, and I was like a children's director assistant, and then I became children's director. And one day I'm like, wait, hold on. Did I think I did. I pray what I am now.
Yeah.
So like that took almost like 20 years.
Wow. Yeah.
But yeah.
God was kind of leading you without you knowing it.
It was kind of from that time on, I was like kind of shifting to here, and then I'm here like this. So yeah, that's how I became who I am now.